Oh yeah, baby, it's time once again for another episode of This Old Outboard. Last time on This Old Outboard.
And we gonna find out what's going on with Miss Evinrude. But first, let's go fishing. I got something big on here. Oh yeah! Alright baby, it's This Old Outboard, the 1979 55 horse Evinrude. Right now, I'm gonna pull this power head out of here. So it's 2 o'clock, let's see how far I can get on this thing. Everything's pretty much off. These are gonna be the pain in the ass ones. I don't even like looking at them. Oh. Yeah, bless America. Alright, time out. Let me see if I can get some kind of breaker bar. Well, I'm not having much luck on this side. I got this front one loose and I put a breaker bar on the rest. I don't know how I'm going to get these. I can eat them and beat them, but man, I don't want to be doing that crap. Come on, baby, 3 bolts. That's it, 3. Yeah, see, it's just stripped. Nope. Oh, a little bit more. I tell you what the real problem is. I'm about to pee in my pants. Oh. 3 bolts. Ended up grinding the heads off of them. Couldn't get a wrench on them anymore. And I can't get in here to get this thing apart. I'm just gonna cut this pan off. Pans are a dime a dozen on eBay. Yeah. So this other video, the last video, is talking about plan A, plan B. So plan A was to tear this thing apart, see if it can be fixed. Plan B, and I'm still waiting, which I'm about to give up on. Guy has a 7855 for sale. And it's been beautifully restored in a sense. In the pictures it looks fantastic. Power head midsection, that's it. The flywheel is on, so I'm assuming everything is in there. $100. It looks fantastic. So I was going to pick that up, put my carbs and all my ignition on it, and still see what happened with this thing. But the guy doesn't get back to me. 4 or 5 days now. I've contacted him twice on OfferUp. No, I hear a word from him. So I'm still waiting for plan B. If it kicks in, it'll happen. I'll put this gear case on there, put my carbs on it, my ignition, and I'll have a running outboard. This hairline crack up here. Is it really causing a problem? It's on the exhaust side. And when it was leaking, it was just a little tiny bit of, brown, greasy looking, wasn't clean fuel mix. So, let's find out here. The other situation is, I've had a couple guys say, don't waste your time with this motor. Don't spend any money on it. So I'm like, well, I'm not. I want to see what happened. What is wrong? Who was right? All the people that guessed, could be this, could be that, it's this, it's that. Who was right? And it's a learning process. So he said, the 55s were the worst motors ever made. He said they're not the same as the 40s and the 50s. And I'm like, well, the way Johnson Evinrude put their motors together and stuff was they take one power head and make 3 motors out of it. 40, 50, 55, 60, just by changing the carburetor around. It's not going to be cost effective for them to totally build a whole different power head for 5 miles an hour, or 5 horsepower, I should say. And if you go through the schematic on these things, everything is the same. Even with the 40 horse, it was the same basic outboard. The only thing that had really changed was like the primer, electric primer solenoid squirting gas, opposed to this with the electric primer solenoid closing the old school choke. So I couldn't find a difference between the 79 and the 87 other than, part numbers. But part numbers will change because they might have to put a bolt somewhere or something. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I'm not buying that the 55s are in a class all by themselves and they're garbage. Now, I was told by Cramden, everybody knows Cramden, comments on all these videos, that there is a slight difference between this 79 and the 8740. He said when they remanufactured the power heads, they made them tighter so the pistons fit better. But he never told me this motor was a piece of junk or any of that stuff. He said, yes, this motor will be faster and they always have great compression. But he never told me don't waste my time with it. Now, I would think anybody that would know would be him. So, it hasn't been a waste of time. Motor runs great, just has an idling issue. And one more thing I'd like to say is I did some, Googling around, and I couldn't find anybody that said the 55 was a piece of junk. These are coming right out. We're going to look at it just like this. We're going to find out here just what happened to Miss Evinrude. Boy, look at these. They look good. Now, I could tell, too, somebody had started with this motor. Started working on it, put the paint on it, cleaned it up, and just, that wiring harness was a disaster and just seemed to have walked away from it. But we gonna find out what's going on around here after I busted everything up. Shit. Yeah. Are you ready? Oh, baby. Now, look at that bottom piston. Does that look scored up? Does that look scored up to you? Turn that damn camera around and zoom in there. Hee hee hee. Look how nice that piston looks. Let's spin it around a little bit. And we'll check the top. Oh, I gotta get these plugs out of here. Look at that piston. It looks new! Now, we're only seeing one side of it, but trust me, I've run outboards with pretty crappy pistons before. Look at the plugs, man. They look great. Alright. Look at that thing. There ain't a damn mark on it. Look at the top one. Again, not scored up. Look at that thing in there. Holy moly macaroni. So right here is that hairline crack. Could that be why the top frickin' carb wasn't never idling right? That was the whole problem. Now, let me see if I can get this damn head off. Alright, I gotta get one. Look at the wind is actually blowing this cart. That's the other thing. If you could see the ocean right now, I mean, you could see the lake. It looks like an ocean. The wind has been non-stop for days. And I mean Whitecap City. It's ridiculous. So the Pistons not scored up. Skirts aren't wore out. They look freaking great. Here we go. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. A little bit of water right there in that cavity. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looky here. Looky here. Looky here. What the heck is that? Look at this thing, it's all beat up. Oh my goodness. Something, let's see what that piston looks like. That looks crazy. See if we can get some light on this thing. This one's just got crap on it. A little bit of... The piston's fine. What the heck is going on? The piston's fine, gasket looks good. How in the hell is that head so beat up? Somebody, I'm telling you, somebody has done some work on this. And I never had a problem with the bottom cylinder. Let's look at that. Let's look at that thing again. Wow, something had gotten in there, beat the hell out of this thing. And you see it, look at that. They must have replaced these pistons, but didn't replace the head. So they're the same color, everything looks the same, other than everything got beat up on there. I guess it didn't really make a difference. Now let's look at those walls. Flashlight, phone light. Man, look at it. It looks great. There's a couple little thin lines right there. Nothing I would consider a problem. Let me see this side. Oh, looks like a little rust possibility. Can you see right there? You know, that looks like rust. It's not scuffed. Man, I wish I had some decent light. I think you can see that. See that? That's nothing. I've seen that freaking 50 times. Alright, let's see what the top looks like. I think you can see that. See it? Oh, look, it just wiped right off. That was nothing. It was just oil. See that in the back there? Come on, light. I think you can see it. It's nothing. It's freaking nothing. Unbelievable. So, pistons, cylinders, look great. 170 PSI on both. And if you look at the exhaust cover, you can see top, bottom. See the bottom right here, little burn, scuffy looking exhaust. Top doesn't have any. See how clean that is compared to the bottom? See that? Nothing there. Exhaust there. So it's, you know, matching up with what's going on. I'm going to say the bottom looks normal, and the top probably doesn't. Or it could be vice versa, but I'm going to say the top should look more like the bottom. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not saying I'm right. Like I said, I'm just guessing. I'm still in awe of these pistons. In awe. I'm like, oh, they look pretty good. Just doesn't make any sense that this stuff. Look at my hand. Here's the, look at it. Going all the way in, touching the crankshaft. Nothing. I don't think I've ever seen a crankshaft smoking clean. Just doesn't make sense. But look at it. It looks freaking gorgeous in there. Here comes the bottom one. Doesn't quite look as clean. See the difference? Oh, the bottom one is a little duller. Bring the top one back round. See the difference? Brighter. So coming up through here, on this right here, is that crack. Is it sucking air and blowing out? It's obviously blowing out because there was a little drainage. But is it doing both? Am I getting water in here? Was my theory because it's so clean? Somebody tell me, please. Once again, everything looks pretty damn good. You can't argue with that. The proof is right before your eyes. Nothing wrong with the pistons. Nothing wrong with the pistons. Can't be. Hairline crack at the top here. Is that the only and the main problem? But what would cause it to crack there? Just got hot? This thing, that was the other problem. I could never get this thing to warm up, man. It would take forever. And on the porch, I got it hot like twice maybe. But in the lake, man, God, I could not get it to warm up. It's crazy, baby. It's crazy. But this is all I'm going to get done today. I'm wore out and pooped. My elbow is killing me. So I've got to get this thing off. I need to figure out how. Any ideas, shoot me the idea. You know, 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. All stuck right here. Let's go wrap it up for me and clean up this mess and hit it again this weekend. See what happens.
You know the channel. Oh yeah, baby. Don't forget to subscribe.